Yes.
Mike's
Welcome to
mic
the
stopped
After
working.
School Writers.
Hello, welcome to the
Did it really?
the After School Writers podcast. My name is Dias. I'm here with 4 other people. Fallen, you go.
So I'm Fallen. I'm the guy who went missing last podcast, and now
He's
I'm back.
back.
Yay! Haha.
It was a very short hiatus.
We got Lid.
Supreme.
I'm lit too.
Oh wait, what's your full name? Lidinia?
Lydia.
I think that might be the first time we've ever said your full name on this podcast.
Yeah.
Hurry
for
first.
Speaking
It's
of
just
people coming
easy.
back, we got Supreme.
I'm, still here. Never took a hiatus
You didn't take a hiatus from the podcast, but you took a hiatus from the internet.
from life. Yeah.
From
I
what?
basically
Hold
became
on.
a vegetable
Hold
in
on, that
English.
sounds sus as fuck. What were you doing?
I came back a new man. Went to hibernation. You know, like polar bears do.
You came out and you immediately released a Hanamari fish.
That's what I was doing.
Nice.
Had the igloo and
What
I
a
had the laptop
power
in the
move.
igloo.
Oh, you fat piece of shit.
All right, and we got a guest, Mrs. Not Mikan Mama,
Con.
but a different Mikan. MikanYouGlad. is
Yes.
the AO tree. We're calling you Con here. How you doing?
Mhm. I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be on this podcast.
Welcome.
So
Yeah.
You were
Thank you.
orange.
to introduce the guest, I have a few questions to ask you, none of which are important,
Ooh.
but all of which
Fine.
are kind of fun to talk about. I think. Want to ask,
Yeah, of course.
how did you find the server? We
Wait,
picked you up
wait.
from the server. So
Dias, before you ask those questions, maybe they should give like a little intro to like themselves, you know?
oh yeah, shoot, go for it.
Yeah.
Can
I feel
you
like that'd
give
be
us
better.
an introduction of yourself?
Hi, I'm Con. I'm very new to this Love Live stuff. I only got into it like July.
Oh shit.
But I'm really excited. I was like, man, this stuff is like bombing. So I started to check out some fanfics on my way, and I fell into the rabbit hole, and now I'm here. I managed to find the server somehow, like miraculously. Just someone had linked it in a summary of the fic, and I was like, ooh, so is that where all these things are coming from? And I joined in, and now I'm here.
I didn't realize, dude. Anytime someone's like, "Oh yeah, I just like found it and now I'm here," I'm like, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of weird for me. So how did you Wait, so you started watching like 4 months ago?
Yes, I did. A friend had said, "Hey, I think you'd like this," because I have a history of liking Yuri stuff, and I already was watching Strawberry Panic, which is Camille's previous work. So my
Ah.
friend is like, you know, so Strawberry Panic is kind of like melancholic in nature. This one's a little more peppy. Do you want to try it? And I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a go. And I did, and I was like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever watched.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
So, I was like, and
Lit.
Yeah.
You said something?
I thought I heard something.
No, not for me.
I thought I
maybe
saw
it-
Lid's name light up as well. I thought
Anyway,
it might
anyways.
be Brody
Yeah.
or something.
So, no worries. So I had just, I really like to, like look up pictures of stuff that I like. Like when I was watching other anime, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go look up fan art and stuff. So I just went to go look for it, and I happened to find fanfics. I'm like, you know what? I'll read them. And I read them,
Yeah.
loved them. Happened to find I really was just chance, because I knew there was a Discord server, right?
Hmm.
Like I knew there was. I'm like, there has to be, right? But
Right.
I couldn't really see it anywhere. And I was like, well, you know, maybe I'll just happen to find it. And I just happened to see the server linked in one of those fanfics. I'm like, oh, so that's where it is. And
So
I popped in.
You found the other servers though, right? Because I see you're in the Yo server.
Yeah, so I found that big master post of on Reddit of all the
Hmm.
servers, except the Yosero one. I had to go snoop for that on my own because they didn't have
A lot of the links are
it
dead.
looked like
Yeah.
it was, yeah. But I managed to get in the other ones, and I didn't see anybody mention the fanfic server in any of those. At least when I was there, I'd only pop in like once, like a day maybe, just to see the message and then just pop out.
Hmm.
if the fanfic server was there in the master post, that's really funny because I totally missed it.
It is, yeah, it is
Like,
there.
I swear to you, I totally missed it. Like, it didn't even occur to me to look for it there, which is hilarious.
I
of
think
me.
we're in like the other section near the Wikipedia server.
Yeah, we're definitely near the bottom, if I remember correctly. Just like
Yeah,
we
that's
were one of the
probably why I
last
missed
ones
it.
on the master post, like just after Aqua season 2 finished.
Oh yeah.
wow.
So like speaking
Yeah.
of, which because there's a couple different Love Lives, right? How much Love Live have you watched? What seasons?
I've watched all seasons until Superstar. I haven't watched Superstar yet. I've watched the movies, and I even watched the OVA for Muse. So I've watched all of that content, pretty much.
Damn, that's a lot of content in like not a lot of
4
time.
months.
4 months.
Yeah, I know. I was just binged
Yeah,
it.
I've watched
It was like
less
4
than
months.
that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kept on like I was like, man, I need more. I need more. So I just
who's
kept.
your
I was like, oh
favorite
man.
group?
It's Aqua for sure. Their aesthetic and their songs
Hey.
are like my favorite to me.
You're on the correct
Wow.
podcast.
We're
then.
biased as fuck.
Yeah, we really
Hey,
are.
well, I'm glad to be part of the bias.
God damn it.
Sorry, Fallen.
Katori's
Fallen.
crying in her
guy.
corner.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Didn't we like
Poor
in our
Katori,
ranking
bro.
video? Wasn't Katori like also hella low?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
so
we all had
sad.
to explain to Fallen
You-
why she was so low.
Yeah, you bitches,
That's so
motherfucker.
sad.
So fucked up.
It was fucked
So
up.
sad.
Have you ever done any like tier lists or things like that?
I did. I actually just dropped it in the other channel. But I've done it a couple times over like the past few months to just see what changed. Like, I used to be my top girl. She's not my top girl anymore. Two other girls have taken that place.
Yeah, and it does change a lot, like in a very short period of time.
It does.
It does, especially when you're indulging in so much content. And I think like the order you get into it also affects it. Like Niji was my first. Surprisingly enough, I actually went for Niji first
Mhm.
because I was just curious. Because I was really interested in Ai because I liked her design and I liked Rita and I heard I at least like looked on the wiki to see their kind of dynamic. So I was
Right.
like, I really like these characters, so I'm gonna go check out Niji. And then I was like, I love Niji. I'm gonna go watch the original. So I watched the original, and then I was actually cautious about Sunshine because I heard it was very controversial. I'm like, well,
yeah.
you know, I gotta give it a shot. And then I did, and I was like, you know what? Loved it.
I
glad
can
I- glad
tell
I
you
took
for
that
sure,
shot, guys.
like on like a personal level, I think Sunshine really made me like into anime again.
yeah. I feel that.
If you watch the
Yeah.
podcast, you probably like I probably said it before, but like I didn't watch anime for a while, and then Dragon Ball Super came out, and then off of like
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Super, I bounced off to like a bunch of these other like Yuri anime. So
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine's
Nice.
pretty good. I think like people talk about how controversial it is because there are some episodes that are really like, but it's like
Yeah, I think.
it sticks,
Yeah.
dude. It's got like a good message.
it
It's got a
does.
good plot. It's fun.
Mhm.
People just hate the Yo Eureka episode that bad that they hate it the entire show altogether.
Okay, so
Wow.
I'm making a liar out of us. So I went back and looked at our ranking. Katori's actually tied for 5th with Daya, Rin, and Mari. So
there you
clearly
go.
not doing
Wow.
that badly.
There you go.
I don't know
Good for
how
her.
she got up
Definitely
there
had-
that high. I assume because Fallen had her at number 1. I had her at 22.
Yeah.
I think I had her in my top 15.
22.
That just shows how much it fluctuates. Supreme you had her in top 10.
Yeah, I remember I was dumbfounded I had Chica at 2, and I'm like, man, I must have been in a real Chica mood like that week or something like
Chica
that.
mood.
Chica's great.
Like-
Hey, don't.
Oh, and I think she's still top 3 for me right now, but already that list I think is out of date. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have Daya higher right now, and I'd have
Wow.
Damn.
I think
Yeah,
I'd
I
have
think
Honoka
this-
higher.
That could have been
This
so
list
much
is really
better.
outdated. This list is really outdated for me, I guess.
Yeah.
It's so
Ooh.
outdated.
Oh fuck! I'm not putting that shit in. I'm sorry. You're on your own.
We're not doing another tier list podcast. We'll do it next year. We can
No,
make
it's
it like
okay.
an annual
I just
thing.
wanted to. That's okay. I just wanted to show it so that you could see like that I did it. That's all.
Mhm. We
But,
can
uh,
definitely link that. Hey, Dias, what if we did like a yearly tier list podcast, but like next time we get like each time we get a guest on or something like that. That might be cool.
That could be
Okay.
fun.
It would be fun to like talk about like the different girls and stuff, because that's always where the fun of it is, right? It's like,
Yeah.
this is why I like this girl.
Anyway,
Okay.
what questions did you have, Dias? Yeah.
I was gonna use that to lead into something, but okay, I guess.
Oh,
What are you
Fuck, there are
doing?
people
I'm a
here.
bad
Hold on.
podcast member.
Give me a sec. Gotta lock my door.
Oh. He's gonna. Wow, he set himself up so well to lead into something else, and then literally walked away from his microphone.
Listen,
What a
there's
savage.
little kids in my house right now, so if someone comes in, I gotta abandon ship.
All of Dias'
that's okay.
captives.
I wanted to ask.
That sounds really
who-
sus,
who
by the way.
is- Who? Fuck you.
Go on.
Con, who's your best girl?
My best girl is Yo. So I'm with Lid in Yo gang, but Chica's a
Let's
very,
go.
very marginally close second.
What's your
So,
top 5, including all
My top 5?
franchises combined?
It's the good thing about my top 5 is that besides the 5th spot, it's been pretty set for the past month.
Yeah,
It's,
that's
Yo,
where the line
Chica.
is. Huh?
Yeah, it's Yo, Chica, Rena, and Ruby. Which you can see I have a particular taste in characters, which I like the really cute ones. I don't know why. My brain just sees cute, and I'm like, wow, that's fantastic.
All right, now
Please give me more
also
of that.
important. Where is Katori on that list?
Any
I'm gonna go. Let me look real quick.
Oh yeah,
my.
you got the
Katori
list.
Oh my god.
She's low, and here's the thing.
She's
I explained
25.
earlier
You
about my
had her
list.
lower than I had her.
But here's the thing, it's
Out of
like,
it.
it's not that I hate Katori. I actually really love Katori. I love everybody on this list. It
Hey.
hurt me to have to sort them. But
Let's
I
go,
think the
let's
thing is,
go.
like, for me with Muse,
Fallen,
I love
tell
so
us
many...
how does that make you feel, Fallen?
I'm kicking you out right now. You're no longer a guest.
You
Goodbye.
angered Fallen so badly, his internet dropped by half, and he's now a robot.
No,
Get
sorry,
off podcast
Paul.
right now. Get out.
The
He heard
Katori
Katori
bird,
slander, and his microphone imploded.
the Katori bird, like, knocked out his internet.
Okay,
Yep.
this is unrelated. I think me, Supreme, and you were all on the same page as Lonzu number 31.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, we
like
got
Hanzo,
4.
so add
It's-
one more person, eh?
I feel kind of bad about it because I don't know if you know Plazor, but he's a real bro.
He likes Lanju.
He likes her, and I haven't fully
I
finished
respect
her
that.
story, so I can't deny his feelings, right? I can't like bat him.
Yeah.
I mean, even if I did read it, I wouldn't like say, "Oh, you're not allowed to," or anything like that. But
Mm.
like, I don't understand where he's coming from yet. You know,
It's
Mhm.
just-
Yeah,
And
you haven't
Bazar
really
loves
gotten
his
it.
Niji too.
he does
It's
does
still-
love Niji. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, here's a question. How do you feel? Because we're all writers in the server, including Con.
Yeah.
How do you feel about characters who present themselves as like the bad guy? Like they're wearing all black, they're like, oh, my life is pain. I'm gonna take over the world. How do you feel about these sort of
Sasuke
characters?
Uchiha.
It really depends to me on the presentation. If it's like there are certain ways that I can really like accept it. I think like that kind of thing works best in a more comedic kind of way rather than a serious way. Like I can't really name the specific examples, but like when there's like a character and they come in like I don't know, it's like if you're asking me to feel a certain way, I usually won't feel that way. So it usually falls flat for me.
The
That's
reverse
well said,
psychology
actually.
coming out.
Yeah.
Supreme, you
So-
mentioned Sasuke. I know you're a Jujutsu Kaisen fan.
I am.
There's a Sasuke-esque character in there.
Yeah, I keep calling him Sasuke Uchiha when I was watching that show because he's very similar.
So how do you feel about that kind of character? I guess Sasuke isn't necessarily... I don't know, how would you describe Sasuke?
He's like he's one of those
Jujutsu
characters. who's-
Sasuke, not Sasuke.
Yeah, like not actual Sasuke. I don't remember his name.
I don't either.
I know my friend wanted to buy a figure of him really badly. He's a character who in season 3 I would not be surprised if he was like, I'm turning tables and I'm gonna go join the bad side or whatever. It's like kind of one of those characters. I feel like it works well if you set it up properly, but it also could be easily used as like a cheap kind of we need a villain for this season. Blah, let's just use one of the bad guys or whatever.
Yeah,
You'd have to
there's
plant that
definitely a
seed of
lot of
doubt.
those where it's like, we need a villain, so we'll make a guy who's just like, I'm the villain. Her.
Yeah. You need to plant that seed of doubt really early, otherwise it can seem kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
You know who I'm gonna put out there as far as like villains that I think everyone sort of recognizes. I assume everyone here has read a bit of Harry Potter.
No.
Yes.
Oh fuck.
I actually haven't.
Okay.
Wow.
I've only seen the
I was
movies.
gonna say Voldemort is very much like I am the bad guy. Haha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point
Yeah,
where
he
it's
is
like a
very
little-
much like that.
Oh,
Kinda true.
okay. Disney shows, I was mentioning The Lion King earlier. Disney shows also have a lot of these kinds of villains, right?
Yeah, they do.
Call them mustache twirling.
Mustache
just
twirling
like,
villains. I like that.
That's-
Yeah, that
that's
sounds
the
like
good
a real
word for
term.
it.
Yeah.
Ballin,
Mhm.
how do you feel about a good mustache twirl? How do you feel about Scar from The Lion King? Specifically the live action one.
No, I haven't watched the live action one because ever since I watched Mulan, I've lost all hope in live action Disney films. I've
Yeah.
lost every
Shit,
single
there
hope
goes
of
my
it.
entire frame of reference.
Yeah. If you wanna ruin your own like impression of live Disney action films, how about you go watch Mulan, alright? And tell me how.
Alright, okay, but what about mustache twirling villains? How do you feel about them? Do you think about them at all? Do you keep
No,
you up at night?
I just watch the film and say, oh, this guy is boring, so it's boring. Basically.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
In the
good
end-
way to see it.
in the end, Disney movies, they are all planned to have, the bad guys will look like bad guys and the good guys will look like good guys. You cannot see the difference, like, how to say, it's because in Disney movies, they're for family, right? So it's how to say, it's like most of the
Oh,
Disney
shit, they're
films, you
coming.
can see that the bad guys are bad guys. You know them from the start already. So
Mhm. Well, and they're made for
Uh-huh.
kids, right? Like they kind of have to be
Yeah.
obvious. If they're too
Yeah, that's right.
nuanced,
Yeah.
then kids will just get
And then-
confused.
and then they
It
just
sounds
go
like
on by
you have like a really bad negative opinion of this, though. Do you think like they should try to be more nuanced with their villains?
no, I think like if they want to follow this way, it could be good, but like these days Disney films are all a piece of shit. Like most of the films I watch from Disney are like ass crack. Like I wouldn't even stand 30 minutes watching that shit. So yeah,
All right,
it's really
Lid,
boring. It's yeah.
I guess firstly I gotta ask, how many Disney flicks have you watched in your life?
A lot of them. A lot.
You got a favorite among them?
Probably Brave, actually.
Oh,
Brave is
Ooh.
underratedly good. Yeah.
What a
I,
unique
interesting
story.
I don't know a whole lot about Brave. I'm not gonna lie. Do they have a mustache twirler in there? Actually, isn't the mom the villain in that?
No, well, I guess she is at one point. There's also like this guy, like the bear Mordu, and like he's technically the villain, but you don't see him till later on in the movie. But he's talked up as the villain.
He's not like an active antagonist.
No, it's like it's not really him that's doing it. It's kind of like this curse that was placed on him, but everybody thinks he's the villain. It's a really good movie. It's my favorite.
Whenever people talk about Brave, there's like I see it in like two camps, right? There's either people are like this is the best movie of all time, or yeah, it kind of sucks.
I can see that. There's
are you
no
in,
like
like-
singing or anything.
Are you like best
Mhm.
movie of all time level though, or are you like it's fine?
I think considered for Disney, it's fine. Like I know Disney movie is the best movie of all time to me, but
Mm.
Brave definitely takes top tier along with Tangled.
What was it about Brave
Tangled is
specifically
amazing.
that obviously not the villain?
I
damn.
just think the storyline is.
It's got like a big focus on female viewers, right?
Uh,
Because Meredith has that whole. I know she has that very famous bow scene where she like rips her dress to like win her own hand in marriage.
Oh yeah, there's that part. I don't know. I just really like that. It's kind of like focused on the mom and daughter, like how they're like both butted heads a lot, and then eventually like they learn that they're alike in some ways. Also, I like their accents. Top tier. I love Scottish accents.
You can never
Hell
go wrong
yeah.
with a good
Yeah.
accent. I'll have to check it out.
It's true.
I hadn't watched Brave up until this point, but I am a sucker for a good parent-child relationship.
Yeah, it's good. I recommend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on
Oh,
to some questions. Now,
Hey.
Con, you threw up a ton of questions for us beforehand, and I want to just
I
like
did.
we may as well just stick with the itinerary here. Do you have a favorite that
All
you
right.
would like to start with?
Oh, ooh. Well, I guess let's see. Let me get to my list.
Shall we start with just number 1 then?
Yeah, I think number 1 would be the easiest start. It's kind of simple question.
All right.
Ooh.
Here's a general question, and I guess we'll go in order of the Discord. So it's Fallen, Lid, Supreme, Con. Do you have?
What about you, King?
I asked the
Yeah, what about
questions.
you, King?
I am the interviewer. You are the interviewee. You got to be
No,
interesting.
you gotta answer the question too.
Yeah.
I'll answer it
You
if
wrap up
someone
the
else asks the question. How about that?
Okay.
Kan can ask the question back to you.
That's
Yeah,
true.
because Kankan's the one that created the question.
All right,
she should be the
Kankan,
one
start
asking
it
the
off.
That's a good idea.
Really?
Yeah,
ask
just
it,
ask
go
the
for it.
question. Just go in.
Okay. All right. So, do you notice yourself having a type of girl or character in general or ship dynamic that you typically like? How do the fics that you write about fare with that in mind? Does the type make it easier to plan and write, or if you have like a ship that you just like regardless of the type, does your love for it really thread the needle for your fic?
Me going first. This is really easy because I have a fic called Genki Soon on a train station, where I basically say in the summary, this is my favorite ship archetype, so I made 2 of them. The Genki Soon, Genki girl, I think is very, very standard in anime, and then Tsundere is more of
Yeah.
a recent. I don't want to call it like an addition because we're horny, but it I think in my head, like the reason Tsundere has become super popular recently is because they
Yeah.
are like the ideal girlfriend if you're just horny. It's
Yeah.
like someone who
Okay.
shows a lot of affection
Yeah.
but hides it, but really wants to be with you but hides it. It's like that's if you're a fucking loser like me. That kind of girl is really
Hello.
appealing, or maybe even just like relatable, right? Because people are bad at expressing.
Yeah.
Like even if you're like the most well-rehearsed actor out there, right? Some people are just bad at
Mhm.
expressing their feelings, and there's a certain level of relatability to that, right?
To that.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's kind of
there's-
like that on a certain level, honestly.
Yeah. I think there's also another level to it where I think like people tend to like harder to get targets in terms sometimes like they'll be attracted to the harder to get target, so the soon
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of seen as the harder to get target. Like
For
Genki
sure.
girl's really affectionate and outward, but the soon you have to like kind of get it out of her. I think people like the chase.
I would say for me it's less about the chase, but more about like
The relatability for you.
girls evolving, really people evolving. You watched the podcast before. Have you ever played the
Mhm.
game Bang Dream?
I have not.
Oh man.
Whenever writing comes up, I have to mention Bang Dream because I think Bang Dream does a lot of like really good stuff. There's one character in Bang Dream, Arisa Ichigaya. She's the tsundere, and the main character Kasumi is the Genki, right? So it's like
Yeah.
fucking A++ ship right there. You got the Genki Soon on the cover of the game, which is fantastic for me.
Yeah.
But what I really like about her specifically, and what I think makes this dynamic so interesting, is that she over time does change. She does evolve. One of the like most emotional stories revolves entirely around her feeling like she's not good enough for the band, and because she's struggling to voice that concern, she finds it like easier to just like, you know, hold her feelings in and almost leave the band than to admit that maybe she's not good enough for the band, right? Bang Dream's all about bands, by the way.
Oh. Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it's a
It's
really
really- it's actually a
powerful
really
and
interesting character
emotional
arc.
story, and like the ending is super sweet. And what's great is that afterwards she does get better. Like they have like in the very next story, she's like straight up telling people that she likes them. She's making a very concerted
Aw.
effort to like improve herself. And Bang Dream's really
That's
good
really
at like
sweet.
its visual novel type stories. So another shout out for that franchise. And that's my ship dynamic, Genki Soon, mainly Tsunderes. Like
I should have
that,
known
in
you were
a
gonna
sense.
make it Bandori related.
What can I say? I know good writing when I see
It's
it.
true.
PTSD.
Dang.
PTSD.
Fallen, you're up next. You don't like the Genki Soon, it sounds like?
No, I mean, I like it, but I don't know how you transition it to Bandori.
It's like a talent.
I should have expected more of you, you know. I should have expected, oh, that's a Bandori section coming up soon.
I should have expected more.
Well, listen, this is a writing podcast. Fallen, is there any ships that you like to read and write?
Ships, I would say it depends on the anime itself, but for this, let's say example, I like Koto Umi, right? So obviously I'll write. I mean, I'll read
classic
Koto
Kotori
Umi.
pair.
Yeah, that's
Man of culture.
Yeah, but to be fair, for me, if I'm writing it, it depends on what. It just depends on how I want to write it. So how do I say this? It's not really like, even if I like this ship, I wouldn't really, you know, consider.
What was the last like Koto Umi you remember really being invested in?
It for reading, I would say it's if you know Minami Chun, do you know her?
No.
I don't think you do, right? Yeah, she's my friend now.
Ooh.
She wrote something like she wrote Baby Maybe. If
What
you
was
remember.
the what was the fic? What was it about?
Basically Koto Umi. Wait, let me find the fic for you, alright? Let me find the fic, alright? There was also No, hold up. Let me find the fic.
Okay, but what did you like about it? What is it about the ship that gets you interested, right?
For me, I don't know, because I feel that, you know, like Koto Umi, in most Love Life media, they act like they are very close to each other, right? And they have a lot of good interactions. So that's where I start from it. Like, you know, I find them cute interacting together with each other, you know. So then that's where I started shipping the thing. Or maybe some other artwork that looks cool enough.
So
for
so
me,
your
you know?
ideal ship dynamic is childhood friends, is what I'm hearing.
It's not really. It's no. It's just because, like, you know, it depends. Like I say, it depends on the media itself. Sometimes I go for, you know, like just a guy and a girl getting together, like no relationship, like there's nothing similar about them, but they still got together, something like that.
So
It depends on
you
the
know, when
media.
you're
So
when
that's-
you're
that's-
looking at your own ship dynamics or your own reactions to ships, there's not one specific type that jumps out of you as like, this is something I quite enjoy.
No, it's more. I enjoy like a lot of it because it's all about the how the writer puts it out. You know, I don't like stick to one, because I also usually don't stick to one when I'm writing. I just go around like how
You
I
do
can
like
make
10 different ships, tag them all.
Yeah. I don't stick to a general thing at all. I mean,
There's
I don't
like
stick to
10
a
words
thing,
of like Chica Yo, and they're in the background, but you tag them anyways.
That's what I don't do, man. I'm not an asshole like that, you know. I'm not an asshole, you know. I don't put like, you know, I don't put like a character in the background and like, okay, let's put this character in because she's in the background for like 3 words. Ta-da, boom. She's there. No, she's not.
It is a prevalent problem in all fanfiction that if there's a background ship, they must be tagged.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'm not so asshole. I'm not a bad guy, you know. Yeah,
Respect
for
that,
me.
Fallen.
All right, Lid.
Fuck you. What was that? Fucking.
Oh, sorry.
No, I hate that shit, dude. I hate it when people subtag ships. It's the fucking worst. So I respect
Yeah.
that.
If you're gonna do it, it's usually best if you like stay implied or it's in the background in the tags or something,
Yeah.
rather than actually tag the ship itself.
Get my hopes up, man.
Mm.
All right, Lid.
I ship dynamic. I like. I would say that's kind of hard to say. Just like Fallen, you know, depends how they portray the characters. I used to.
Is
really
there
be
any
into,
like dynamic you see across like a bunch of different franchises that you're like, yeah, I'm into that?
No, I'd say it changes for everyone because I do like Koto Umi, and when I got into them, I thought like, oh, I totally love the childhood friends to lovers. But then you watch Sunshine, I'm like, that's not my thing. I don't like that anymore. So I think it really.
I remember early on in Sunshine, people used to say that Koto Umi was just Yoriko, or Yoriko is just Koto Umi, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
was.
was gonna bring that up.
Never
I
heard that
think I
before.
like the. You know what? Maybe I do. I like an opposites attract kind of thing. But like where they're out of
classic,
mutual
classic.
respect with each other. Because like if you
Koto
look at
Umi.
Nico and Maki, they're opposites attract, but you could say they respect for each other, but the way they banter, I don't see it.
They have a certain common ground, but they're different enough that it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't be like just fighting all the time. That's not it. But if like you don't do the similar things, yet you get
do you
along.
have any do you have any ships outside of Love Live that you're kind of attached to? Excluding like real person fiction, since I know you're a K-pop fan.
Okay, let's not get into that.
That's a little far, Dias.
I'm sorry.
Call me out like that.
I gotta make fun of the K-pop fam. It's in the internet blood. Twitter is kicking me over.
You know what? I like the two girls from Zombieland Saga, Junko and
I thought you were gonna say twice for a second.
So that is a good ship.
But I guess they're kind of similar to Yo and Rika. They're a bit of an opposite track, yet they're similar.
Which two girls?
Junko and so like the one who's from old times and the one who's from new times.
Yeah.
I like their dynamic, you know? That's
yeah,
good.
I dig that one for sure.
I don't know. You're just gonna be chill with each other. I like that. No banter. Stop it.
You like the wholesome, fluffy relationships, huh?
Yeah. If they have the potential, I'll write for it.
Do you ever find that this like carries over into your writing, or?
How so?
I mean, like, you know, when you're writing, are you like specifically going for like a wholesome appeal, or are you going for anything at all? I guess this is a separate question.
I do try to do wholesome, mostly for the fact that life is not wholesome. So.
Amen to that.
Super,
I like the idea that you ask, do you write for anything at all? And it's just like, nah, I write for nothing. I just write.
Well, I mean, there are some people who like don't think about what they write. You know, they just write what they enjoy, and they don't like take the time to self-analyze. Because self-analysis can be scary at times, for sure, right?
Yeah.
And so, like,
For sure.
I don't lament anyone for like not thinking deeply about their motives as a writer.
I would say I sort of
this...
fall. Yeah, I was gonna say I sort of feel like I fall into that category. Like I kind of just I wouldn't say like I don't write with purpose, but like a lot of the time I'll just sit down, and if I'm inspired by something, I'll just type.
Well, that's like
that's
something like editors will take note of. Like, hey, what kind of message you're trying to send with this? Hey, I think this can be misinterpreted, right? Like. At least from my understanding of how writing a book would go, like professional writing. There's a lot more focus on that, and that's something that's not intuitive, at least to me, when it comes to writing.
As far as ship dynamics go, like I'm kind of, I guess, I'm not really sure what I would call it, but whatever Hanamaru and Mari is, like, kind of like
okay. Let's take it at a sort of direct approach. What Hanamaru Mari interactions have you thought of that you thought, oh yeah, this is really great?
It's usually like something to do with like girl who knows nothing versus girl who knows everything. Like the cute dynamic between.
Did this ship start with that one nail fic? What was that? Do you remember what we're talking about? I think it was you who wrote the ficlet that was like Mari teaching Hanamaru how to do her nails or something like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the dynamic sort of started for me when I wrote, this was forever ago, I wrote a fan fiction based on that one piece of art where Kanan was putting her hair into a ponytail.
Ooh.
And that kind of was
I remember that one.
That like planted a seed in my head, and it kind of grew from there. So it's similar to that, yeah. I don't know if I ever wrote that. Did I? Oh, it was they were going to get their nails done or something like that. Mari was late because she had to get her hair done. They were going on a date, I think. And Mari was late because she had to, like, her helicopter, like, broke down or something like that. I vaguely remember this. I think I did write that.
I think I know the one you're talking about. Is it the one where she had to do her hair for 4 hours or something?
Yeah. Something
Yeah, I
like that.
remember
I'll
that.
find it somewhere and I'll link it.
I'm pretty
but
sure the punchline was like, "Oh yeah, it took me 4 hours to do my hair" or something.
basically, and she's like, "You do your hair in the morning," or whatever. Yeah. So that type of vibe. Like, I don't really know what to
Is
call
this
it.
like a vibe you get across like multiple ships, or is this just like what you're recently into?
Yeah, that's kind of where I was gonna go to where Fallen and Lid were saying, like, it changes almost daily. Like, I don't think I have a preferred one, because I'll write Hanamaru and Mari and then the next day and be like, oh yeah, Yoriko's pretty good too though. And I'll totally switch gears and like I'll prefer that for like a day, and then the next day it's, oh yeah, Chika Kanon's pretty good too. Like, and that's totally different. That's like a best friends turn lovers type of thing, right? So I think it varies, honestly.
So you have like a lot of variety.
Yeah, and I think it is part of, like, I'm a very emotional writer. I'll write basically what I'm feeling that day, and sometimes I just prefer other ships to other ones on any given day, but I would say, like, jock nerd, and then, like, kind of like what Lid said, where opposites attract, are both my kind of vibe, I would say. Like, those are the two I feel like I go to the most, and I would, when it's like a prompt gets posted, those are the ones I have the most interest in writing.
Alright, sorry, I'm back.
Oh, your microphone died or something?
Welcome back.
No. Someone came knocking. I told you there's kids in this house. Oh, now I hear it.
The goblin's been unleashed.
All the kids broke into Dias's trunk.
So there's 3 people now who have said that this is a bad question. How do you feel about that, Con?
I'm
say
sorry
it.
that it's not a good
That's
question.
Yo, we didn't say it's a bad question.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Listen,
Hey,
it's there's nuance to it, right? Like, it's hard to just like one thing and one thing only as a... No?
Of course.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different people, different opinions, I guess.
Yeah.
I will say that is how you get famous on Twitter, though, is you do one thing and that's all you do
Dang it.
every day for
Yeah.
like a year and a half, and then you
So
die because that's not actually a great way to live.
It's so true.
I would say that's how you burn out, but, like...
Yeah,
Man.
no, that's literally how you burn out.
I say that, but then I like look at my Mari figure shelf and I was like, yeah, I've liked her for a very long time.
Well, I mean,
It's
like,
not going anywhere.
So this is kind of what the question asks, though, is like, are there preferences more so than is there any one then that you want to dedicate yourself to? And
No.
I guess
Yeah.
because of the culture of like stan culture, right? Like, people want to be the like Mari guy or the like Yoriko guy.
Right, but here's the thing. It's way easier to do that with like girl archetypes than it is to do with ship archetypes. You know what I mean? Like, I'll ship Mari with anyone.
you got to
but
be
it's
the
hard
Rainbow
to-
Dash or the Twilight Sparkle.
Yeah, like it's like, okay, so I like Mari, but which ship is my favorite? It's really hard to pick on any given day. Like, I like Hanamaru and Mari the most, but I can pick 3 others on any other given day that are just as fun to write. You know what I mean?
Cool.
It's
Right.
really funny because maybe I might have gone quiet when I said it, but I also said you could have a type of character as well. So I'm sorry if I made it harder to answer the
Do
question.
you have a,
Oh,
a
no
character
worries.
type? That's a separate question. Hey, let's start from the beginning. Hey, Fallen, what's your favorite character type?
Character type?
Fallen's fucking asleep. I forgot. It's 2 a.m. in his place. Sorry.
This poor
Wait,
guy.
what?
No, it's 2 a.m. here, you fool. It's daytime where he is.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Bro, you are the sleepy one now, man. Go
Yeah.
to sleep.
Do you have a
I expect-
favorite character type, Fallen?
Yeah, that's a hard question.
If you were to
not
even
really.
like, actually, I guess this sort of begs the question a little bit. What kind of character types are you thinking of, Con, when you say types?
I mean, I think the thing is an interesting question. I don't really think there's like an archetype. Like, you could go to TV Tropes or some like site and read out like a character archetype, and that could count as a type. But sometimes
I'm not good.
That's what I'm doing right now. What are character
God.
archetypes?
I'm not going all the way
But-
there just
but I
to
think
shop
there's-
again, man.
But I think there's like a level of like personal part to it too, because you might have like a personal type that like TV trope doesn't really cover or something like that. Like I noticed that there's a particular like pattern. It's kind of about like a pattern recognition in yourself to see if there's anything that connects a lot of your interests. Which,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
noticed
I have that for sure.
Like I noticed that my types, like from my top 5, like I really like sporty girls. Rin's like my number 6, so
Hell
3 of my
yeah.
favorite in my top 6 are like
She's my
sporty
number 3.
girls. Nice. She used to be my number 3 too, and then Aqua happened.
Yup. It hits you fast.
It really does. But the other 3 in my top favorites, like the 2 of them are like Ruby and Rina, and those 2 are very similar in terms of like they're really like shy, kind of cute kind of girls too. And I noticed that's like also high in my list. I also have Hanayo in my top 10.
Do you watch for like characters who are like pure, like untainted?
Not
that's
really.
an archetype that I see fucking everywhere. Is like the untainted person who's grown up in like a certain situation, and maybe like
Why does that sound so creepy?
they're lacking in street smarts and some. Well, okay. Here's an example that makes it extremely creepy, right? Tangled, fucking Rapunzel, dumbass who like walks through the world, so vulnerable.
Uh-oh.
Dice's mic just died.
Zephyr, right? And so, sorry, hello?
Hey, wait, I think your microphone just died mid-sentence.
Okay, anyways, Rapunzel fucking is a dumbass, is all I'm saying. But she's also like pure and innocent, and that's what makes people like her.
That's a great bit. Dice is like, anyway,
that's
Rapunzel,
actually
blah, blah,
like,
blah, 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 cuts out, comes back. Anyway, she's a
That's
dumbass.
actually like a big thing in Frozen as well. Anna is like this sweet, pure, innocent baby girl who knows nothing.
Just an annoying little piece of shit. All right, every step of the way she gotta sing.
Well,
for
clearly
what,
she's
dude?
working out because she's very popular.
Yo,
I
the
like
thing is
Anna.
that-
Actually.
No, screw Anna, man. Fuck her, man.
Yeah, I'm with
She's
Fallen.
great.
Frozen sucks.
So annoying. Bro.
Frozen
Every
sucks, but
single-
Anna and Kristoff are great, my opinion.
Yeah,
Putting
Anna
it
and
out there.
Kristoff are great, but Anna herself is just a piece of shit. Like every single step she takes, she gotta sing a damn song. Like what the hell? What the hell's wrong with you, man? Just
It's
go on
what?
and
You
like-
can't
Right.
hate on a character for singing a song in those movies. Come on.
I've
That's
lost my
like-
sister. I'm going
You
to
They are
sing.
musicals.
You know, it's like at least make the song sound nice. You know, the song sounds like someone at a funeral
Oh
just
my
waiting.
god, hold
to
up.
die.
You're not telling me you didn't get invested emotionally and how do you want to build a snowman, are you?
I hate it
Oh, I
here.
That
never-
was such a good song. Hold on.
I'll on off this
I
podcast.
refuse to move beyond this point. You are not dissing do you want to build a snowman?
Oh no.
No, man.
It's what
I
the
don't
debate
know.
begins.
Okay, bye.
I'm out when Dias is starting to get emotional over a snowman.
It's a damn good song.
I
Listen,
thought you were gonna tell me "Let It Go" is a good song.
I would be intellectually dishonest if I didn't stand up for do you want to build a snowman, is all I'm saying.
Oh, now we're intellectuals on this
At
podcast.
least you
Nice.
didn't.
I would be intellectually dishonest and regular dishonest if I didn't stand up for do you want to build a snowman.
No, the thing is, at least you didn't say "Let It Go" was like a good song. No,
Shit.
it's not. All right.
Hey, do we have another question? Because we're at 45 minutes.
Oh, he's got his eye on the clock
I think
there.
we should just move on like, from the first question. You know,
Alright,
Yeah.
Kankan, we'll start with you on this one.
you can just pick any question at this point. Yeah, just pick any question.
Okay. Where do you pull
Excuse me,
canned
I'm
content
asking
from
you
Fix
the
from?
question?
Dias, you stupid fucker. Shut up. You can't interrupt them frame one when they're asking the question.
Kankan, were there, we all know your ship dynamics, as you definitely told us about it, and we didn't skip over you for this, but were there any characters and ships that you like that didn't fit that usual sort of dynamic?
Yes, my one true OTP right now.
I guess we gotta ask what is your normal dynamic in the first place?
My normal dynamic is like nerdy girl and sporty girl, where one is like really
Oh, shit,
outgoing
it's
and the other one's
Yoriko.
really shy. That's the thing.
Yes.
That's why I said that Yo Rico would have been like my. That's why I had such high respect for it, because it like under normal circumstances it would have been, but the stupid Mikan girl came along, and I'm like, damn it! I love her so much. I hate the world.
It's okay. You can
So
be
my-
converted.
You were like
Just
nerdy
next
girl, like
time.
sporty girl, but what about two sporty girls?
I do like two sporty girls. I think there's like merit for it. It's just not like it's like not exactly my type, but like I appreciate it. You know, you can't not appreciate two sporty girls. You know, like they're both buff as hell, and they're like kissing. It's like dang, you know, gotta stand that
Is
a little
sporty
bit.
girl like sporty girl what you were going for when you were saying Yo Chica? Or sorry, you didn't say Yo Chica. I
No.
assumed that, but I assume you were
Yo
going that.
Chica is the shit, but it's like it's like kind of weird because like Chica is kind of sporty, isn't she? Like a little bit,
Yeah.
huh? Like,
In my
you sometimes
opinion,
forget.
she is for sure.
Yeah.
Not
So
sporty as much as I'd say like outgoing.
yeah,
It's
she's
kind of
very
the same
like
vibe, though.
outgoing. Yeah, she's very like it's like really weird because like most of the time I tend to like shyer characters to the point where like some like I like
Yeah,
my
we
top tips
mentioned
are like Rin
Ruby
Pana,
earlier, Innocent
Maru.
Girls.
Yeah, I don't really like innocent. Like, I don't like innocent girls in that kind of way. I think they're just. I'm just like, oh, bro, they're so cute. Like, I want to like pat them on the head. You know, that's how I feel about it.
Okay,
And
but what
Wow.
So I
characters
could see them
other
being
than
together.
Ruby would you say fit into that category?
Hanyo and Rin kind of fit into that too. They're
My
both, like,
brain just went
so-
Anna, but how do you feel about Anna?
I will eat you like
Stop bias. I could stop bias.
Oh god.
Anna from Frozen.
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
there's
I
no
heard that's
love
a good
live
movie.
Anna in
See,
here.
Stop.
I have to say, like, I haven't watched the movie since the first time I watched the movie back when it came out.
All right, well, we'll
All it is
exempt
going
it
to
for now.
save.
This will be a question for the future. Do some research
Yeah.
and come back to us.
Yeah, for sure. It's like going back to Chikiyo real quick. I don't know how this happened. I think I just love both of them, and the anime kind of gave that one episode where Yo was like
I think
really
it's episode
dedicated to
11
her.
of season 1.
It is episode 11, and like she was so dedicated to her, but like. And I know that like people might compare it to the Aimu stuff, but I don't really because Yo wasn't like aggressive about it. So I'm just like, man, she's like so dedicated to her. I think maybe there's a bit of relatability in there too. Like I'm just like, you know, I've been there. Like I've felt like that. I've been in that place. So
It's
I feel
always
like
good
there's,
when
like,
you
part
can
of it, like-
connect to with a character on her conflict. And that's kind of something
Yeah,
that's, I would
yeah.
say, is more unique recently to these very modern animes that are taking place in modern day. That the conflict is less world threatening and the stakes are less
And
world
war.
threatening. And so, saving personal relationships is a matter of you. It's not a matter of other people involved, right?
yeah, it's very like down to earth, and it's more relatable to the audience. It's kind of made more to connect with you more than for you to kind of project yourself onto the main character, like saving the world. It's more of like a can you see yourself in this character sort of thing.
Can you see yourself
And
in the main
so-
character versus can you see yourself in their relationships, their
Yeah,
personal struggles?
their plight. Yeah,
We have to win Love
And-
Live, or Numazu will be nuked from orbit.
Yeah,
That would change the stakes a little bit.
it would change the stakes.
yeah,
But I think the change in direction from recent anime. People can make fun of isekai all the time, but nonetheless, there's a more focus on character in these shows. Anyways, hey, Supreme.
Usually how
Yeah,
big
it's
their
what
boobs are.
Love
What?
Live stood for.
Supreme, hey, how's it going?
Hey man, how's it going?
I don't know. I'm doing
You know
a
we're on a
podcast. Do
podcast
you
right
wanna-
now?
Yeah, do you want to answer a question for me?
No.
So
I want-
you mentioned that you don't have a particular type that you normally like,
Okay.
but is there any character archetype that you expect to not like? And is there any character that bucked that trend for you?
I have answered. I'm pretty sure I answered this on the podcast.
I'm pretty
or
sure
not-
you've answered it before as well.
in the not the tier list podcast in a roundabout way, but I'll say it again here because I don't think there's ever been a character that's. No, you know what? There is actually. There was
Okay.
I basically hate tsunderes, like
Oh,
with a
shit.
fiery passion. I just don't like the archetype. I don't like mean girls.
That's
that are
all of my
mean.
characters, dude. What the fuck?
No, like Daya kind of isn't like that. You learn more
Daya
about
is
her as the
absolutely
show
like
goes
that,
on.
and anyone who disagrees with me is wrong. But go on.
Listen. In season 2, she's definitely not a tsundere. You've seen the girlfriend episode. You cannot lie to me.
Okay, yeah. No, that's part of the tsundere is they want to be loved, but they don't know how.
She's just strict. That's all. Anyway,
yeah. I would agree with you that Daya is not exactly that archetype, actually.
no, yeah, like she's not like Maki, you know, where Maki stays consistent the whole time, basically, outside of a couple flustered moments. Anyways, the one character that broke it for me was Taiga from Toradora.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody's seen that show,
I haven't.
but
Bits.
I won't explain it all because we're literally at 52 minutes right now. But basically, she was a tsundere who.
Listen, you gotta
starts
take
off-
time with these things, okay?
Yeah, like it was a 24 episode anime. It's pretty long, and she starts off as super abrasive, and then like slowly but surely you learn that she's just like super soft inside. She never doesn't get abrasive, but like they do that arc really, really, really well. So that would be the character I think that has broken the trend for me, honestly. But yeah, other than
is
tsunderes,
there any other
basically
tsunderes after that point that you were interested in? Or?
not that I can think of, unless Daya counts.
So this is more of an exception that proves the rule than.
Yeah, and like if it's done super well, then like I can get behind it.
All right.
Or
cool.
I guess if there's some kind of payoff to the character trait, other than she's tsundere, just because we googled on Wikipedia anime types and that was number 3, and so we picked that one.
Okay, moving on to Lid. I know for sure that you have told us the character archetype you hate, but I don't remember it. So can you remind me?
What is Chica? That one.
Whatever she is, or whatever Yumu is.
Is it
I don't
Genki
know.
Girl?
Something about
Is it Clingy Friends? Is it
Protagonist.
I can't
Ayumu's not
protagonist,
protagonist.
I love
What?
Hanukkah.
You love Hanukkah, but you hate Chica. Oh no.
They're-
I think that it might be because Honeka's like really ditzy and like not that Chica isn't, but Chica has like a lot for Chica you didn't like, or maybe vice versa.
Probably. I liked Hanukkah. I don't know. I think I just like Hanukkah for the fact that she was the start. You know, she was like the beginning of everything, and so like she didn't know, like she was working things out as she went.
Wasn't
then
Chica
Chica
at the
came
beginning
along.
of everything though?
No, she was. I mean, for Sunshine, yeah, but
Yo
she
was
was pretty
there
much
too,
trying to
though.
be a carbon copy of Hanukkah in the beginning. Of course, later she changed, but I could never get over that. So I'm like, you can't be Hanukkah. So sorry to
imposter.
Chica.
Man, you're
Lid
gonna
had like
start
her
me on
Hanukkah
my
figure,
my
like, up on a
intentional
pedestal.
imposter rant. God.
I do have a Hanukkah figurine actually. Fun fact.
Yeah, you're watching like Sunshine episode
Nice.
1 and you're like shaking your head no. You
Yeah.
can't be her.
I'm not gonna get into. I've talked about my opinion on this, but so I won't get into it now.
Wait, Lid, what Hanukkah figure do you have?
She's in like a bathing suit. It's just white.
Nice.
I didn't buy it myself
Bathing
though. My friend
suit?
bought it. I
Oh,
swear I'm
nice.
not like that.
I see how it is. Lid's the type of girl to get a figure and then instantly look up her skirt and go nice.
You gotta do it once with all your figurines.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
we have gotten multiple people in the server to confirm the Love Live figures have fully fleshed out Hansu. So
They do. You gotta know if
Like,
they
no
if there's
reason.
different color.
What the
think they're all
fuck
white.
is wrong with you?
they're all white.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Like
Fallen. I assume
Uh-huh.
you're not in this brigade here. Is there any character? Well, I feel like you've been telling us all podcasts about the characters you don't like, but is there any specific one you thought you wouldn't like, but you ended up liking? Oh, Fallen's asleep again. Shit. Get the air horn.
I think his microphone
Thinking,
exploded.
oh, shut your ass up. I am thinking it's just.
You've had
Give
20
time.
minutes. We've been on this topic. You must have known that it was coming to you.
Nah.
I'm trying to think, like, is there a good answer that I can give? because I also don't know the answer myself.
Oh, let's search your feelings, Fallen. You know it to be true.
Look deep down inside.
You
I
know,
believe in you.
Anakin Skywalker is actually a Mary Sue.
No, I don't really like
Fallen-
Anakin Skywalker though. Where did you get that shit?
It's an archetype.
It's a meme. Sorry.
I mean,
The
yeah,
younglings.
All right, how about this? Let's do some rapid fire ones, starting with
yeah, there we go. Thank you.
give a 5 words or less answer. Nah, that's stupid. Just give
That's a
an
fun idea.
answer
No, I
really
like that.
fast.
Listen, I was ready to just let this podcast go for like an hour 40.
Con, are there any character ships that you love, but it's hard to write?
Yes.
Which one? Quick.
Ruby
Lightning
Mara,
round.
Ruby Mara and Pana.
Why?
Because they're just so sweet and innocent that it can be really hard to think of like a good like plot that you want to like do.
All right, Supreme, same question.
I remember specifically I tried to write Maki Rin one time for you, Dias, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Fuck.
Yeah, I literally
Rid.
gave up after like a day.
Any ship characters you like, but you find it hard to write for them?
Kanan and Daya.
Oh,
That's
God,
my
you're
ship
right.
too. What the? Why
I
are all my
love
best
the
ships being
pieces.
dissed
I
on by my
can't do it.
friends?
It's so
Fuck.
weird.
I want to steal Lid's answer because I actually didn't. I just realized I didn't even give an answer. I gave a ship I hate.
What?
Wow.
I didn't even give a real answer.
All
The
right,
big-
all right. We'll go.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Wait,
on.
go
Fallen.
Fallen, come back to me. Come back to me. I gotta think.
Fallen, go.
What's a ship that you like, but you don't know how to write for it, or you have a problem writing for it?
Rin Pana probably.
What do you find hard about it?
I don't know. I just find it hard.
All right,
I just find it
Supreme.
hard.
Final answer.
My final answer is, Pigarico. I don't
Alright.
get it.
What?
Pigarico.
Why?
I really like that ship, but I feel like I only like it because the anime made me like it, and every time I try to write it, I literally can't.
You know what? I relate to that feeling.
It's there's like too much content that exists for it, so I feel like it's kind of hard to write
It's
it.
too
Honestly,
popular, therefore it's bad.
yes. Oh yes, Yohariko is also same. I love that ship, but like, man, either you'll get blasted for it online, or
I think we blasted people for it.
I think we did.
Okay,
I probably
moving on. Next question. Lightning round.
Yeah.
Is there a scene from? I guess we'll start in reverse order. Fallen. Is there any scene from any of your fics that you would love to see fan art of? I feel like we had this question before.
We had this question before. I'm pretty sure we did.
Did we?
Yeah. Is there a
Oh,
scene
I
from a
remember-
fic that you would like to
I
see
remember-
fan
I
art?
remember
for?
talking about it.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
Fallen.
definitely
Hey, do you have an answer? Maybe a different answer this time?
No, I still have the same answer. No. I don't
Mine's
want.
also the same answer. Don't ask us.
Fuck.
Don't
Lid,
ask
save
me
me.
shit. Man.
Pivot.
Fuck. I don't know. I'd have to throw a dart at one of my one shots for Yoriko.
All right.
She had an answer for her fake though. I remember that.
He
I'm gonna
does.
let all of you know.
This conversation literally happened.
I'm gonna let you
why.
all of you
Sorry.
know that I have commissioned art for one of my own.
Wow,
shit
you are a badass.
Hold on.
That's cool, you know.
I respect it.
If
honestly.
anyone was
I do.
doubting what I was saying earlier, we'll have to I'll put this in podcast links. This was a piece of art that Egnar, who's in the IFL server, did for me of Genki Soon on the train from my fic. So
Oh,
there
that's
you go.
awesome.
It's Rin Maki
I love that
and
art.
it's Kasuari from Bang Dream, and
sounds
they're both
very
on
familiar.
they're on the train reuniting.
That's adorable.
Oh, nice.
That's great
Okay.
art. Oh my god.
Con.
Mhm.
Is there a scene from any of your? I know you don't. You haven't written all that much, and you've not been into fandom all that much. But is there any scene from your fanfic or someone else's fanfic that you would like to see in fan art?
I mean, anything really. If somebody was inspired enough to like anything from there and draw something, I'd appreciate it. I mean, I've already drawn some of it myself, so I mean, I'm not in desperate need. But
Yeah.
You've drawn
Come on,
it
you're
I'd
great
say
at drawing.
anything.
You can draw your own. That's the double
Yeah.
knife there.
That's
That's awesome.
the
I actually have
ultimate
drawn
ultimate move, really.
I have drawn a scene from one of my fics. I'll post it later after the podcast.
Oh really? No. Post it.
Yeah, post it, and then we can
Like,
link it
right
with your
now?
pick.
Yeah,
for
I'll
sure.
tell
Oh,
you
okay,
what.
okay.
Hold on. I'll let me add an image to the OBS so that I can add my I can show people my commissioned
Wait,
art.
no, stop. We do that in post.
Fuck the post. Here you go.
Fucking
This
asshole.
is on the left side
God, why'd you break
Kasuari,
everything?
and on the right side is Friend Maki.
Lit, I'm so sorry.
I paid $50 for
I
that.
tried to get him to stop.
Alright, hey, if he's doing it.
I suppose it saves you work, honestly.
It does save upload time.
All right, Con, do you have yours ready?
Yes, I do. So I'll get the pick and then I'll get the fic real quick. And
What's
okay.
the
So
what's
I-
the next question, Dias? While they find it.
Okay, Fallen, you again. Where do you pull canon content from your fics from? Anime, manga, or games, or CDs?
Everything except CD.
Everything.
Yes, everything except CDs. Yeah, any art or any like, small words that I can find, I'll just take it and I'll just.
So
try to
you
use it
combine
if I can.
everything into one sort of canon for your stories?
Yeah, that's what I always do. Like for Love Life example, I just look through up the school idol diaries, everything of it. Yeah.
Yeah, those books are good.
There's good stuff in there. Oh, that's great.
Full
thank
canon.
Is that Kanon in a dolphin outfit?
yeah, in my fic, she's wearing a dolphin costume for Halloween.
Oh, I have to read this. I'm reading this later.
All right, I have it
Thank
on
you.
screen, but in case there's anyone on Spotify who I realize we post to, you want to
true.
describe this?
Yeah, we can.
Uh,
we should
so-
plug that at the end of the podcast. All the stuff we're on now, because it's a bunch now.
Oh yeah,
All right,
we're on
so
Amazon
it-
Music, by the way.
At the end, you fuck. Have some etiquette. I hate it here.
My mic
Okay.
muted, so you didn't hear it, but fuck you.
Sick mic, bro. All right, carry on. Lightning round. Carry on with the lightning round.
We'll say this is the last question. Supreme, is there? Wait, did we skip over Lit? Did Lit answer?
Yeah, you did.
What did Lit answer?
Yeah.
I did not answer. Probably for things that I write in the anime, or for things that
What
I write
canon
in
do you
content.
pull from when you're writing these stories?
I actually only pull from the anime, which is quite funny, because a lot of Yoriko content comes from like the magazines and the CD dramas.
Yeah.
But I find it so easily put there that there's no work to be done.
There's something
like
to explore, really.
yeah, like Yo goes over to Rika's house, they like exchange clothes, like okay, yeah, I could write a fic off that, but it's not as hard as trying to find something in the anime, Give myself a challenge.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's good
Yeah.
logic. It's good to get prompts off of like the side content, but that's about it.
Supreme, where do you pull your canon from?
My answer is really boring because it's basically the same as Lid's. Although I basically will pull like character traits from like the games. Like if I need a refresher on how a character acts or something like that, I'll usually pull up a side story or something like that. But for the most part, I also basically write in the canon of the show. I usually even include like the timeline of the show in the fics that I write. Like this happens, I'll drop a hint this happens between this and this by using a specific set of dates or something like that, or a specific event in the show. I feel like it helps ground the fan fiction a little bit better.
All right,
the
Con,
universe.
we're ending with you. Is there any canon that you specifically think of when you're writing your fics?
All of it. That is not even a joke. I will
You listen
research.
to the drama
go through tons-
CDs. You listen to Chica
Yes.
asking Yo to eat her, and you're like, "Yep, this is."
That's awesome.
I did listen to it. I laughed. That's all I have to say. But it's less for like actual prompting and more for like little things I can slip in. Like there's things about like Ruby and some of like the magazines and stuff that I think gets missed. So I like to kind of slip that kind of stuff in for that character because in the anime she got shafted so hard.
Yeah.
The expanded universe of these things are so big, right?
Rip Ruby is
Yeah.
a movie.
Ruby in the movie.
And lol. It's like So like I like to go through all of it and see if there's anything really that I find really interesting to kind of slip in as like kind of like Supreme has for like character traits or things like that. Like I'll grab it for stuff or like small lines or maybe like little like things for the plot. Like maybe they'll be doing like one of the hobbies that they are mentioned liking in something else.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
It helps you like build relationships really well in like the side content for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Cool.
that's all for me.
All right.
Then that's all from all of us. Fallen, would you like to let everyone know what platforms we're on now?
Wait, hang on, stop. We're only at an hour 6. Is that long enough?
Well, you want more?
Listen, I know I was saying, oh man, we gotta end soon, but like,
Well,
Never
all
mind,
right,
never mind.
How about this?
we can
What
do, like, one
is
more question.
everyone's opinion on K-pop?
Why are we talking about this?
All
Because
right.
I know it's relevant to a lot
All right,
of
so that's
us.
the end of the podcast. Thanks for coming, Conkan. That was excellent.
Fallen, would you like to let everyone know where we are?
Yeah. Basically before that we are on like Anchor and stuff. Okay, the 2 new platforms basically Audible and Amazon Music. Yay.
We're on Audible?
Yes.
Honorable?
Wow.
Podcast.
We're moving
Wow.
up in the world.
Wait, I thought we were just on Amazon. I didn't realize we were on Audible.
Wow.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
put that
Wait a
link
minute.
in
Audible's
the...
a paid service. Does that mean we get paid now?
Yeah.
No.
Where's my check?
What's up with that? Wow.
Isn't Audible,
Go silent.
isn't Audible for books? I didn't know
Yeah,
they had
it's
podcasts
That's
on there.
podcasts too, so that's why we are on Audible.
Okay, so are we still on Spotify as well? So
We are still on Spotify and some other platforms.
so
We are on a lot of
YouTube,
platforms.
Audible, Spotify, and Amazon Music. What a
iHeartRadio,
It's
soon
more than that.
music,
Wherever
probably.
you
pretty
listen to
soon,
podcasts.
man. God damn.
It's on
Apple
Apple Podcasts.
Podcasts.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts too. Yeah.
Feel free to check
That's
out
what I usually
in the description. By the way, we will include Mikan, whose AO3 name is Mikan something else.
MikanYouGlad.
We'll be sure to
Wow.
include links for her
That's
in
such
there.
a good name.
Thank
That's
you.
such a good AO3
Thank
name.
you.
Thanks for coming.
you. Oh, thank you for having me. I was really honored to be here. I'm sorry for some of the repeat questions and all that.
Oh no.
Thank you so much
by
for
all
having
Listen,
means.
you did fantastic. Anyways, bye.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
cut himself
you just
off
cut
this
this
time.
woman. God damn it.
That's the worst outro of all
Oh.
time.
All right, I will do the real outro. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Hey.
Maybe.
Nice.
If there is a next
Woo.
time.